It really feels like just about forever and a half ago that I got to fly the Twin Timber. It's actually been so long that when I looked for the Twin Timber in my radio, I was looking for the Twin Otter. So I had almost forgotten its name. This isn't even that old of an airplane. It's pretty cool. As you can see, it's got two motors that seemed to be the theme of 2023 and 2024. They took a lot of airplanes that were single engine or single motor and put two on there. We saw that with small planes and big ones, and I'm not complaining. I like that a lot. This airplane is so much fun to fly. If you've never seen it on the channel or seen anyone else fly it, you're in for a treat once we get it in the air. This thing's a blast to fly, but a handful on the ground, and I'm sure that's going to come out in today's video. So without further ado, let's power this on and have some fun. We are totally dodging some rain today, so hopefully we get at least one video out for you guys, one flight I should say. Okay, safe is off. There we go. And it's been a while since I've flown. I tightened up all my screws on my landing gear before I came out because I noticed they were loose. So I should use Loctite on that. Ah, it feels nice to fly a big plane. I've been flying so many small things here recently for no particular reason. There's just been a lot of cool little things coming out you guys have been requesting to see on the channel. This is flying on a 4S battery, believe it or not. You'd think a plane this size would be a 6S, but it's plenty powerful enough on 4S. I don't think you need 6S at all. I'll show you here. We'll go zero throttle and punch out. Now, because of our differential thrust on this airplane, you can do some pretty wild stuff, like just that couldn't have happened on a single motor airplane because we were coming in from the outside on that. And this plane has such a big wing. You can do some really cool inverted stuff with your flaps coming inverted as well. You probably won't see me do any of that today because I'm just not that good of a pilot. I've been doing so many different things on the channel this year. It's been hard to focus on getting really good at my airplane stuff. But I still have fun with it. You don't have to be the best in the world to have fun with a hobby. And I try to remind people of that all the time. People think, even some of my local friends here think if they're not flying like me, they're not doing it right. Well, you don't have to worry about that. There's time to get better. You just push the sticks and see what it does. I'm feeling some rain, Abby.
Yes.
That was cool. Let's snap it. You gotta ask them.
Will it snap? We already know. Yes, it will.
That was wild. Well, someone told me what I do is not a snap, but actually something like that is the snap, I think. So let's try that again. I think that was pretty cool.
Oops.
There we go. That was pretty cool. That might have been a better snap than what I do. At least with differential thrust, that turned out pretty sweet. It's kind of scary, actually. Let's see that again. That was the opposite direction, but man, that's wild. You guys see what's happening there? A lot is happening there. I don't know. What I do is like zero throttle. I like to see the momentum burn off. So watch this, right? It starts off strong and then it kind of burns off and falls. The recommendation for snap is basically under power. That's pretty cool too, though. I like both ways. That's so cool with the differential thrust. Now I'm flying on a 3200 milliamp battery. I think it recommends, I believe they say it can fly on a 2200 all the way up to 5000. Double check that for me. It might be 3200. I actually was looking for my 4000s, but I couldn't find them. And maybe I don't have a 4000 because this has a unique size battery plug for this big of an airplane. It wants an IC3 or an EC3, which, you know, I'm okay with. Everybody feels the same way. I wish there was one battery connector to rule them all. And I got to give Spectrum some credit because I do think that their Spectrum Smart batteries, or at least just the IC plug connector, is the best in the world. It's very high quality. You never have problems with it. They don't come disconnected. They're nice and clean connections. So I wish they could somehow sell their battery connector type to all these battery manufacturers, and we just all had IC plugs. They are the best. But, you know, we're phasing things that you don't see Deans hardly anymore in the airplane world, ever.
You're at 4 minutes.
Okay, I mean, we have telemetry on this, so we should be.
Okay.
We'll do an outside up here. We'll just come in for a crazy fast snap. Here we go. Like this. Let's try to break it. And it didn't break. So
How low can you go?
How low?
Yeah.
For what? Inverted or just a regular
You
pass?
surprise us.
Okay. If we do a lowish.
No, you're
knife
above
edge.
the hill.
Yeah, okay, that doesn't count then, does it? I mean, okay, so low knife edge below the hill.
It's actually a lot lower than you think, guys. When things go under the hill, it gets scary, doesn't it?
Yeah, even my transmitter's like, okay, time to land, that's enough. Oh, I got the jingle of success. All these sounds, you'd think we added these in. Nope. Okay. I have a light breeze. Oh, and then there's a strong breeze. And then, here we go. This is the fun part of the twin timber. Oh yeah, it almost always loves to scratch those wingtips. Yeah, that was super fun. That was a good flight. I'm glad I got this out to fly this today. Very, very cool. Good ground control when it's slowing down. You're just taxiing around because you've got that, look at that, differential thrust where one motor spins and the other one does not. You get that in the air and on the ground. Well guys, that was honestly more fun than I expected to have out of this. I'm really glad we picked this to come out and fly today. I just kind of went eeny, meeny, miny, mo, honestly, and picked an airplane. And this is the one that won. Really fun. I knew we'd get out here and put it in the air, but just makes me want to fly it more. That's a really fun, good looking airplane. And I'm not saying it doesn't have its faults. It does. Landing this, unless you're on grass, is pretty brutal. I have had good, smooth, perfect landings, but just for me personally, it's challenging. And I think that's because it sits up so high. They did that for two reasons. They have the wing and the motors sitting up high, so you don't have prop strikes if you're coming in unless you're completely upside down. We've talked about how it's physically impossible to have a prop strike unless you're upside down. I think that's a given. So there's that, but also because the wing is so big, and I mean like wide, and we've got lights and we've got big flaps and all these servos up here and two motors up top, it really does make it top heavy. I mean, on the ground. So that makes it very challenging to have pretty landings on this. You're almost always going to, at least over 50% of the time, even pro pilots are going to scuff up those wingtips. So it's nice to land in grass. And maybe we should try that with this airplane sometime, because I am starting to run out of wingtip, right? This plane will be linked in the description box below.
Oh my.
Yeah. You can tell how many times I've flown this, because 100 flights from now, we're going to be down to this wing slat right here. This will be linked in the description box below if you want to check it out for yourself. I think the price actually dropped on it. I was looking at it before we came out to double check what my battery size was, and I felt like the price was better than when it came out. It could just be inflation. It could just be inflation because now milk is $19 a gallon, and so it feels a little better about the airplane. I don't know, but I feel like it's a pretty decent price. And if you click that link, it helps to support our channel and our family at no extra cost to you. Little tiny less money goes to the corporation, and you're helping out a local family that's making free content for the world to enjoy. So we appreciate that. Now guys, I haven't flown this for a while, right? So I was knocking some rust off in this video, and I think anytime a person does that, you need to be a little extra careful when you're flying, and I definitely was. Started off a little slow, worked my way into it. But the nice added security blanket that I fly with is called AMA. It's the Academy of Model Aeronautics. It's an insurance program for those of us that fly RCs, and believe it or not, drive RCs too. But it really comes in handy for these big foam toys, because unfortunately, you have some people in the FAA and other people that think foam toys are where our priorities should be in life. And I'm not saying
Isn't that what you think?
Well, yes, but it's not my job to bring the foam toys down. It's my job to have fun with our foam toys. You know, I have a lot of opinions on the matter, but I will just say that I'm grateful someone is going to bat for us. And for the price of a couple batteries, a whole year you can be insured, and you are funding the AMA, the Academy of Model Aeronautics, which is going to bat to say, hey guys, hey FAA, these are foam toys. I don't know if you know that. And yeah, there might be one or two bad YouTubers out there promoting the hobby in a bad way, and you really shouldn't support those guys, because what those guys will end up doing, you know, the ones that are blatantly flying over houses and things like that. And then, I'm not saying you couldn't do that, but posting it to the world to encourage others to do it, no, it's not good. So at least we've got the AMA kind of on our side there, helping to keep us able to play with our foam toys. And for that, I'm grateful. They'll be linked in the description box below too. Speaking of gratitude, I'm very grateful for our blessing today to have enough time to fly this and get this video out to you guys, because rain is coming. So thank you, God, for blessing us with just a small window of opportunity to share this experience with everybody. I want to say massive thanks to our Patreon supporters too, because we couldn't do what we do as often as we do without your insanely awesome support. If you love RC planes, especially cool, awesome RC planes, we'll have a very awesome video just for you popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.
Bye.